This is TechVibe Radio, your front row seat to Pittsburgh's technology and innovation ecosystem. TechVibe is brought to you by Compunetics at Compunetics.com, Chorus Call at ChorusCall.com, Highmark at Highmark.com, Huntington Bank at Huntington.com, Kindling at thekindlingagency.com, PNC Bank at PNC.com, and Savier at Savier.com. Here are your hosts, Audrey Russo and Jonathan Kirsting of the Pittsburgh Technology Council, coming at you from the Huntington Bank studios. It's a Sunday morning, and Audrey, I tell you what, every Sunday we get this awesome opportunity to hang out with the women and the men that are making Pittsburgh cool.
Yeah, we get paid to do this, too.
We get paid to do it, which makes it even more profitable, for lack of a better term. But no, we just love having conversations with companies like HIKE2, who've been around for almost 5 years now. And this is a company that they do some really tricky work out there. They help solve really tough IT problems for their clients. And if you go to HIKE2, HIKE, numeral2.com, you can check them out. But we have Kelly King hanging out with us today. She's the director of managed services because rumor has it, you got a big event coming up, which it's like your fourth one, which we're very excited about, the Tech Council.
Yes.
So Kelly, welcome to TechVibe. We're super stoked to have you here.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah. So
Tell us about this event. What's going on? When? Give us all the specifics.
Yeah, sure. So the Innovation Summit is March 26th and 27th. It is right downtown in the August Wilson Center in Pittsburgh.
Nice.
It's exciting. This is our fourth year, like Jonathan said, and it is our biggest one yet. It's the first time that we're having it at the August Wilson Center, so we're really looking forward to it.
That's great space.
Yeah,
That's great location. That's fun. So what can we expect?
Sure. So, I guess I should just start by explaining kind of who HIKE2 is, and we can start there.
You're reading my mind.
But
just give us the elevator pitch and tell us what HIKE2 is all about.
HIKE2 started 5 years ago. We are a technology consulting firm. We started pretty small, just in Pittsburgh, with really a focus on Salesforce implementation. So it was Salesforce.com and its platform of products. Since then, 5 years later, we've grown geographically, we've grown in our offerings, and now we have, data solutions, we have AI solutions. And really, regardless of the market that we're in, the industry that we're in, we're seeing the rapid change, right? So that really brought it to our attention that we needed some kind of summit that we could bring everyone together, all of our partners, thought leaders in the innovation market, and really how can we get everyone together, get everyone on the same page to brainstorm, share ideas, and that's what the Innovation Summit is all about. So we have a host of just geniuses across the industry who have come to talk about all various types of topics. Not only about just AI, but the ever-changing market that
technology
we're in.
In general.
Technology in general.
Fast, right?
Yeah. I mean, and it's an uncertain time. People are uncertain. We see that from our clients. There are clients who want to be early adopters of the technology. There are clients who are scared of the technology. And we just try to meet them where they're at and provide a good solution for them. I think the best part about what we're doing is that we're able to give them, actionable ideas, actual tangible solutions, and like I said, meet them where they're at and help them kind of demystify what all of this new technology is about.
So is there a particular market sector that's your sweet spot?
No, right? Okay. I don't think so. I mean, I think everyone is our sweet spot.
That makes me excited when I hear that because it just shows how ubiquitous everyone needs technology solutions. Whether you're an HVAC company or whether you're an IT company, you need tech to run your business, right?
You do. You need tech to run your business. And, no matter what technology you're using, no matter what industry you're in, it is changing rapidly. And we want to help you out and, give you some clarity around what your options are.
And so this event will give an opportunity for people to hear from experts in the field?
Yes, exactly. And we have, so there's keynote sessions, there's hands-on workshops, we have panel discussions. And it's not just about the technology itself, though there are a lot of sessions about what this even means. What is AI? What does agentic mean? You know, all of these types of buzzwords that we're hearing. And again, just adding clarity to what these topics are. But there's also a lot of sessions around how do we help our employees change with the rapid change that we're seeing.
How cool is that? The idea that there's this human impact because of this technology. And you always have to account for the human being, right? And so being able to take that step back and look at some of the expertise out there around that, to me, it's got to be so interesting. Because I mean, Audrey and I we've had so many interviews around how people just think, well, AI is just taking people's jobs away and blah, blah, blah. People get afraid of it. And it's like, no. This is like, so much of this technology is to help the human being, to unleash their creativity, to give them time away from the monotony of things in order to be a better, more creative worker.
Exactly.
And so I think the more that you can do things like having your 2025 summit is you take that day, right, as a way to kind of stop, stop for 1 minute, even though tech keeps evolving, but then really look at things and just take that moment to really explore all these different areas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. And so there's sessions, like I said, around, what is AI? What is agentic?
Yeah.
When is the right time to use it? And when isn't the right time to use it, right? When to avoid it? When a human being is the right person to do the job. So it really runs the gamut. We're very excited. There's a whole host of cool speakers coming.
Absolutely. And I'm just to remind everyone, in case you just joined us, we're talking to Kelly King, who's the Director of Managed Services at HIKE2. And if you go to HIKE2, that's HIKE2.com, you can get all the details on this summit. Rumor has it all the cool kids are going to be there. So we got to peer pressure these people.
Exactly.
Move them in there as far as that goes. But this is like a really good investment of your time and a little bit of your money in order to be really in front of just key experts around this and immerse yourself for a day. Get yourself up to speed and level set, I think. Because Lord knows when you have it next year, the text can be a bit different.
Well, it's so true. In fact, one of our speakers, Peter Mulford, who's from BTS, he's one of the vice presidents and speakers at the summit. He is just speaking to your point about how up to the minute it is. He'll be giving a presentation at the summit, and he kind of waits until the very last minute to even finalize any of his slides because that's how quickly things are changing.
He wants to be of that second.
He wants to be of the second, and it's really, really cool. We also have Chandra Donaldson, who, she is an author of a children's book. She also just happens to be the Chief Data Analytics Officer of U.S. Space Force. So
hey, back that up. That's pretty cool.
Really cool.
Okay.
And, but as a mother of two young sons, she wrote this really cool book called The Data Detective at the Carnival. And it really just breaks down these barriers. It's like this childlike curiosity that just comes so innately to kids these days. She really taps into it. And it's just such a cool book, a cool concept. Totally. It really challenges us as, grown-ups to think like young kids when it comes to it because it comes so naturally to them. So those are just a couple of cool sessions that I'm really excited about.
We're going to come back and talk about more of the sessions because there's a lot going on. We can unpack a bit more because I think the more people know about this, the more they're going to be like, I got to check this thing out because this has become definitely a thing. I mean, 4 years in a row doing this, momentum is there, Audrey.
Fun. It's great. Look, I can't wait to dive into the agenda.
Yeah,
come back.
We're going to do that. Okay. In case you just joined us once again, we are talking to Kelly King, Director of Managed Services at HIKE2, and this is Jonathan Kirsting.
And this is Audrey Rousseau.
And we're from the Pittsburgh Technology Council. Go to pghtech.org. Check out all the ways we love helping tech companies succeed. We'll be right back after this super fast break. Compunetics is the leading developer of unified voice, video, and data collaboration and conferencing applications for the service provider, government, and unique workflow applications. The Summit Olympus and Evergreen platforms, driven by their encrypted user interfaces, enable powerful and secure collaboration. Combined with world-class support and innovative professional services, Compunetics delivers the right solution every time. Learn more at compunetics.com. Every company needs to attract and keep talented people. To do it, you need a strong company story told by those who experience it every day, your employees. So invite your people to be your brand voice and let the Kindling Culture Agency gather and ignite your stories to engage and attract your people. Learn how at sparksomething.big.com. That's sparksomething.big.com. Your dial is set to TechVibe Radio, brought to you by Compunetics, Chorus Call, Highmark, Huntington Bank, Kindling, PNC Bank, and Savier. Here are your hosts, Audrey Russo and Jonathan Kirsting of the Pittsburgh Technology Council, coming at you from the Huntington Bank studios. So glad you keep on listening to Tech Vibe. Back from a break. Audrey, as we always promise, we come back with more Tech Vibe. Having a great time today, hanging out.
Time.
Yeah, I tell you what, we're so glad that Kelly King, the Director of Managed Services at HIKE2, is hanging out with us today because it's the 4th year for their Innovation Summit, which I think is fantastic. It is in downtown Pittsburgh at, of course, the August Wilson African American Cultural Center on the March 26th and 27th, right around the corner. And if you go to hike2.com, and that's 2 with a numeral 2, you can check out how to get tickets and stuff there. And you can really dive deep and learn more about the event, but also learn more about what's going on with HIKE2. So before we jump into this, that's want to refresh our listeners in case someone just joined. Audrey and I we're really proud of HIKE2. We've seen you guys growing over the past 5 years, and it's like, oh my God, you put on day-long events for crying out loud.
2-day-long events.
2-day-long events, exactly. So we're like,
Great.
you guys are doing something right here.
Yeah.
Just tell us a little bit about what HIKE2 does, and I know you have a fantastic clientele. You work with clients across the industry spectrum. I don't think there's a spectrum you don't hit with people that you work with. So tell us a bit about HIKE2.
Sure, yeah. So, like I said, we are a consulting firm, technology-based, and we started with Salesforce.com implementations. We did a lot of partnerships with a lot of legal clients, actually, to begin with. And we found that that tends to be kind of our sweet spot. We've really found it's kind of an untapped market where but now law firms are really looking to take the next step to be part of the movement.
It's
disruptive. Very disruptive.
Their field is really disruptive.
So it's been definitely a fun learning experience. Since over the past 5 years, we've really grown in other industries. Like I said, we have a whole data practice now. We, of course, have the AI practice. We have a human-centered design practice. And each of those practices will be represented at the summit in some capacity. There is that through line of technology, of disruption, of uncertainty across all these industries. And so we really want to help our clients, regardless of how they're engaging with us, to do the thing that's going to prepare them for the future.
The next move, right? Because it changes so quickly. Before we jump into that, though, so you've been with the company since it started.
I have.
Which I think is pretty cool. So what's your background? What got you into tech?
Oh, goodness.
Does your mom know you're doing this? Come on.
Does she know where you are right now?
Does she know where you are right now?
I have been with HIKE2 for the past 5 years. I worked with Amanda Wazinski, our CEO and founder at Summa Technologies. It was a company, prior to.
We knew those guys.
Yeah, you know them, right? So I worked with her there. Even before that, I was at Wesco Distribution, which is just downtown, in Station Square. And fresh out of college, and one of the vice presidents at the time just said, "Hey, can you learn Salesforce.com?" And I said, "Sure." Okay. And then here we are, right?
Oh my goodness! You didn't know what you're getting yourself into at that time.
Exactly.
I'm glad you did.
So
That's
great.
fantastic.
Yeah. So it was a really great move. It was fun to learn, and then went to Summa, did some consulting gigs. But I really think managed services has been my sweet spot. I really enjoy getting in there, helping the clients, fix their problems as quickly as possible. We have a really great team. I have about 5 or 6 people in my team that are dedicated to that managed services practice over a portfolio of about 20 clients or so.
You're the backbone of 20 clients there. I mean, when your email doesn't turn on and you can't access your databases, it's not a good thing. And you make sure that it's all accessible. So.
Yes, exactly. So I think managed services is so fun. You get to get that instant gratification, helping someone with a problem immediately. And you have a much more intimate relationship with the client. So so that's just how I got here.
I had a feeling you're pretty passionate about what you do.
That's
right.
Can you tell?
Just a little bit. I love it, man. That's so cool.
So let's talk about this 2-day summit. The 2-day summit is coming up March 26th and 27th. And there's an array of topics. Obviously, it's going to be a lot about AI and transformation
Yeah.
and change and utilization. You have a bunch of speakers, right?
Mhm,
You've
we
got the Chief Innovation Officer from BTS. I think they're coming from out of town, which is cool.
Yeah.
And they're going to be talking about, HR, I think, and the role of AI, which, it's all about change. It's all about
Mhm.
business. And I think that's really exciting.
Yeah.
So then you also have people that are chief data analytics officer. You know what I love? From the U.S. Space Force, which is cool. So can you innovate like a second grader?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. See,
mean,
I
it's
see
really
that. I'm like, I
true.
got to
They
learn
say
about
by
that.
the
Yeah.
time kids are 5, they're geniuses.
Yeah.
And then as they continue to go into matriculated in school and their experiences,
They beat
no
it out of you,
longer-
right? They beat it out of you.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be really great.
I'm excited for that one for sure.
And, and on, right?
Yep.
So I love that you have such a blended agenda. And I love the fact that you're going to be talking a lot about tools
Yeah.
and practices.
Yep.
So people can leave having another tool in their toolkit.
Exactly. Yeah. And we're also going to have hands-on workshops too,
Oh,
so
okay.
I
that's
think
good.
that
Tell
will
us about
be
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So the one that I'm excited about, so Salesforce.com, it's the world I live and breathe. So I'm the most excited for that one. But they have Agent Force they just came out with, and it's almost again a buzzword, right? Nobody really knows what it means. I think there's a lot of mystery around it. What does it mean? And so there is a hands-on session with a HIKE2 consultant who's going to just walk us through what it is and how it can help clients. It's exciting to me. I don't know if you've all seen the Matthew McConaughey commercials, but
Well,
Which
well,
one?
yes.
Which one?
well, the Salesforce one, he's at a restaurant and they already know what order he wants and where he wants to sit and all those types of things, and it's all powered by Agent Force because they know his data, they
Right,
know
all the
him.
behavioral
They got his
Exactly.
profile. He rolls in, it
Exactly.
recognizes his face,
Exactly.
and
I
they know to
can't
get
wait to
him.
mess
Yeah.
with people.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
I didn't want that.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
didn't order that.
Right.
I don't know where you got that from.
Right.
I think we're going to go back to a little bit of analog. I
Yeah.
think there's going to be a shift
Yeah.
for a little analog stuff. There's going to be an undercurrent of people who are
Well,
gonna
it's
say,
kind of like folks that were going back to vinyl for a while. Right? I
Right.
mean, it's still a thing now, but there was
Right.
this thing where all of a sudden people were tired of the streaming and they were tired of their MP3s.
Right.
And they're like, no,
Vintage,
I'm
right?
core, dude.
Yeah.
I listen to
Yeah.
vinyl. People would be like, no, man.
Exactly.
Oh, I think we're going to get a little whiplash of analog.
Mm-hmm. I
For
could see
sure.
it for sure. Yeah, it might be moving too quickly, too fast. People know too much about me.
Yeah.
I could see
People
it.
know too much about me. I think that's the big thing.
Yeah.
Right? How do you hide?
Yeah, I agree.
You
agree.
can't
And I
hide.
think that's something too that we'll be talking about, right? Where's that ethical line between what we should automate versus what a human being again should be doing, and how do we draw that line?
Right. Well, what I find interesting is that through all the variation what you have here, you're cutting across sectors and
Yeah.
just everything. It almost comes across to me like this is like just how life is lived
Yeah.
at this point, right? Like it's no longer, it's not just business because our business blends with our lives, and it's just because I'm walking into a restaurant and it recognizes me and it knows what kind of steak I like,
Yeah.
it's like that's my personal life, but that's also that person's business.
Right.
Right. So this is kind of like just how like human beings are going to be
I know.
getting business done and living their lives. So
It's
I just
true.
find it so interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so hopefully we have more free time.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have more time to do the things that give us a human touch.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. And I'm just
Relationships do matter.
Yes. And to that end, there are a bunch of networking opportunities during this Innovation Summit as well. So I'd be remiss
to meet other human beings.
if I didn't,
all right.
if I
Yes.
didn't mention the social hour we're having at Siena Mercado on the rooftop.
Oh, fancy.
So,
Well, okay.
Yeah, on Tuesday or
Nice.
Wednesday night, the 26th. So yeah,
All
nothing
those
else.
de-
Come for the drinks.
Come for
and
the drinks.
food, right?
But all those details are on hike2.com,
Yes.
2
Thank
numeral
you.
2.
Thank you
And
so much.
Kelly, can't thank you enough. Yeah, we're rooting for you. I know it's going to be a big, successful event, so we're glad you're putting it on. These are the things that put Pittsburgh on the map.
Yeah.
You know, it's
exactly.
HIKE2 that's putting Pittsburgh on the map, doing the work that you guys do. We're glad you're doing it. Glad to have you on the show today. Audrey, I'm done.
I'm done.
Yeah, we're out of here.
I
We'll see you
wore you
later,
out.
Kelly.
Time to go back.
So glad
Time
you
to go
joined
back
us.
to sleep.
Time to go back to sleep. It's crazy already. That's right. Hey, in case you forgot, this is Jonathan Kirsten.
And this is Audrey Russo.
And we are from the Pittsburgh Tech Council, where we have awesome members like HIKE2 that make us the voice of Pittsburgh's tech sector day in, day out. Go to pghtech.org. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, everybody. Compunetics is the leading developer of unified voice, video, and data collaboration and conferencing applications for the service provider, government, and unique workflow applications. The Summit Olympus and Evergreen platforms, driven by their encrypted user interfaces, enable powerful and secure collaboration. Combined with world-class support and innovative professional services, Compunetics delivers the right solution every time. Learn more at compunetics.com. Every company needs to attract and keep talented people. To do it, you need a strong company story told by those who experience it every day, your employees. So invite your people to be your brand voice and let the Kindling Culture Agency gather and ignite your stories to engage and attract your people. Learn how at sparksomething.big.com. That's sparksomething.big.com. Thanks for geeking out with us on TechVibe Radio. Tune in next Sunday for more tech and innovation stories right here from Pittsburgh. TechVibe is brought to you by Compunetics at compunetics.com, Chorus Call at choruscall.com, Highmark at highmark.com, Huntington Bank at huntington.com, Kindling at thekindlingagency.com, PNC Bank at pnc.com, and Savier at savier.com. And we're always coming at you from the Huntington Bank Studios.